Speaking of canned heat, it's cold as a mug. It's a fit song, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I love Jamiroquai. He's awesome, right?
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. Man, well,
What? Come on, get some
yep.
canned heat going. Let me get it there. Here we go. Here we go.
Man,
All
what a
right.
blast from the past, man. What's
Woo! We
going
gotta get
on?
some
All right,
canned heat up in this joint.
what is up, everyone? It's been a while, and I do have to apologize, man. I will get into it in a minute, but I want to welcome you guys to the broadcast, welcome you guys to the lives across the social media platforms, also to our podcast. This is Jon Koga. I'm up here in New York. Danny's down there in Westminster, Maryland. All right. We are KFit Talk Podcast. Come chew the fat with us for the next hour or so, talking fitness, food, life, and fun. Season 8, episode 1, Danny. Season 8, episode 1. 8 seasons, which we're going to get into and let you guys know, to go back and make sure you guys are listening to this on the podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe. If you're watching it on the YouTube channels or Facebook channels or Instagram, Danny's going live on her Instagram. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe, all right? I got to quick apologize to everybody that's been asking what's going on. How come no podcast the last 2 weeks? Guys, as you might be able to hear it in my voice, and if it's annoying, I apologize. I got hit with, did 15 COVID tests, nothing. I got hit with a sinus infection, all the bullshit that everybody's going through. Who had the flu? Who had strep throat? Just one. And I'm listening. Listen, I've done everything from Danny K's neti pots to my massage to my vitamins. Every single thing you can do other than rest, I did. So I'm going to blame it on not resting, still teaching. Like I said, a bunch of COVID tests. I'm done with COVID testing. And it just caught up to me, man. And it's still lingering on. So I couldn't throw in the towel again. I've been holding off, and Danny's been very patient, and Jon has been very patient, and you guys have been very patient. But you know what? It's the season to be jolly. We're coming into, we are a couple of days out of Christmas. So happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas to everybody. This will be our last podcast until after Christmas. So we are at season 8, episode 1, man. I'm not gonna talk as much on this podcast because Danny's got a lot to say. We got some great topics, but I want to mention that we are sponsored by Sizzle International. Sizzle is our health and wellness company with over a couple of hundred products, making other products for over 800 other companies. Awesome. Danny's holding up a Sizzle rip. I've been banging down all my Sizzle products trying to combat these symptoms, and it's definitely been helping. But you know what? When it happens, it happens, man. You gotta rest. You can take all the supplements, all the neti pots, all the massages. If you're gonna just keep doing 2 and 3 classes a day, running around like a lunatic, getting sweaty. I'm in shorts right now. It's 27 degrees out, so I got nobody to blame but myself. But to get us to stop and to pause and to take a rest and reset. Here we are, fitness professionals, health and wellness professionals, trying to teach you guys. And I got to sit back and practice what I preach right now because the end result, God forbid, let me make the sign of the cross. We don't know what that's going to be. Positive thinking. Danny, what's going on with you? I haven't spoken to you. I have spoken to you, but I haven't spoken to you, obviously on the podcast. What's going on down with Danny? How you feeling, Danny?
I'm good. Taking my Z Stack, got my zinc, my D3, my vitamin, my quercetin, my vitamin C, my quercetin. I neti pot twice a day. I neti and I'm gonna knock on some wood because I don't want to jinx my damn self, But I neti pot twice a day, and I'm telling you, I neti pot with salt water, warm salt water in the morning,
Okay.
and warm salt water with 1 cap of peroxide in my neti pot every single night. So what that does is obviously peroxide kills germs, right? So when you're in, like group settings or, inhaling, from gyms and bars and restaurants and whatever, right? The germs stay in your nose hairs, your whatever the membranes and stuff like that for up to 3 days. And so they can sit there and live in that for like up to 3 days before they actually get you sick. And then you're like, well, where the hell that come from, right?
Oh, wow.
So a neti pot with that peroxide in the warm salt water every single night. And and it kills germs. And if I wake up with a sore throat, or if, like, say, going through the day, right, whatever, like if right now, like let's say I have a sore throat. After the podcast, I would gargle with peroxide water. Like so I would take 2 caps of peroxide and four, so it's like 2 caps of water to 1 cap of peroxide. So I do 2 caps of peroxide, so 4 caps of water, swirl it around, gargle it for a minute.
Okay.
And this then it, knock wood,
Yeah,
the sore throat's gone within a half hour to an hour.
that's awesome.
I'm telling you, preventive maintenance. Maybe that should have been one of our topics, but preventive maintenance. People wait till they're sick or they have that sinus infection to neti pot. Neti pot every freaking day. It clears it out because what happens is those sinus infections and stuff like that. One, as I said, the germs stay up in your nose for up to 3 days. And it infects everything up in there and it causes that issue. And by that time, it will help the symptoms, but it's not going to take it away because it's already been, like the infection has already happened,
Yeah,
right?
that makes
So
sense. Yep.
preventive maintenance. Come on.
And guys, many of you guys listening to this, and we also want to make a shout out to our listeners around the world. You guys have been very supportive of our podcast, and we appreciate you guys. We just came off a World Cup, exciting World Cup for our friends out there in France and in Argentina and whatnot. So, we appreciate you guys. But right here in the United States and probably up in Canada as well, you got this cold and flu season coming around, and I just feel like like Danny said, you got to be repetitious with things. You can't always expect to do like I was neti potting probably once a day, going through my whole protocol of what, but once again, you got to add the rest into it. You got to add that rest. Your body needs to, your immune system's compromised. So if you guys are going through this right now and you're in an industry or a profession that you're not letting yourself rest. I know it's easy said and done. You got to pay the bills. I get it. I'm trying to go to my cafe, to my clients. And then
Right.
I also got to be respectful of my clients. I threw a mask on. I told each and every one of them, what was going on. And, they were really appreciative of it. And they were like, I had a couple of COVID tests. That was the main thing I didn't want, but you also don't want to spread the common cold either, so, or the flu for that matter, but it is cold and flu season right now, depending on what area you're in, and just be aware of it. Make sure you take that time to rest. I'm going on, and this is what I signed up for. I'm not complaining, Danny, but like last weekend, we had 2 catered parties at the cafe. We had right from a class to the kitchen, back to here, running there. I'm grateful. I'm thankful it's happening, but sometimes you can't put not sometimes, all the time, you can't put a price on your health. So I'm going to start practicing what Danny preaches and I'm going to start taking a little heed to kind of slowing it down, and we're going to get into that when we get to the topics today, Danny. So let's jump right in to the first topic, guys. This topic applies to everybody. All right. um Anybody out there that's celebrating the holidays, and your celebration involves giving a gift to somebody, Danny. It's great to give, go to that Amazon wish list. It is people, I like to buy people, I miss the days where you surprise people. You got somebody, a gift, and you thought about it, and you didn't have to go to a fucking Amazon wish list to see what people actually want. I get it. I see both sides of it. You don't want to waste your money foolishly. If somebody needs something, you want to make sure. I just always like the surprise aspect of gift giving. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't even know what an Amazon wish list was until last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get it? How do you build it? What am I doing? Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that, like, we have to start learning that while yes, it's great to give gifts that people want, there's one gift that everybody wants and nobody asks for the most part. And that's giving the gift of health, wellness, and fitness. All right. Giving that gift. Well, how do I give the gift of health, wellness? It's real simple. If you have a family member that now listen, you're going to hurt their feelings either way. So I'd rather hurt their feelings knowing that you're going to try to help them out so you can prolong their life. You know what I'm saying, Danny? Than hurt their
Right.
feelings and them not talk
Right.
to you. So you might have a family member that's overweight, that smokes, that's just completely out of shape. Blood pressure through the roof, which mine was this morning. Okay. And it's like, man, you really want to address it to them and say, I'd love to spend $10 a month. You want to, listen, we talk about Planet Fitness, we joke around, but Danny and myself be the first one to tell you, I'd rather see you guys go to a Planet Fitness than do nothing. Trust me, we mean that. We want your business. Trust me. But if your only option is to get somebody a $10 a month gift, give them and join with them, help them out. Don't just you got to learn to don't worry about hurting feelings when it comes to saving somebody's life potentially. You know what I'm saying, Danny? So
Right.
buy them a 20 pack of online trainings with Danny K. Buy them so maybe they have something that they need some kind of a all natural homeopathic what do you supplement? Thank you. Get them something. Get them a massager, a neck massager to take care of that. There are many ways to give the gift of health and wellness and fitness to a family member, as opposed to, all right, let me go to Pandora and let me buy a unicorn, and then let me go here and let me get them the scarf, and let me get them the gift certificate, the Amazon $50 gift set. Let me get them the no. Give somebody the gift of health, wellness, and fitness, whether it's supplementations, whether it's actual gyms, personal trainings. And I'm telling you, in the long run, they're going to be forever grateful. Danny, what do you have? Don't you think this whole giving the gift, talk to us about giving the gift of health and wellness and fitness to a loved one or to a friend?
Yeah. I mean, I always send out like the post. I have it. Did one post. I need to be up on it more. Um, but the gift certificates for Danny K Gym Wellness, the gift
Yeah,
certificates, for the training, the tanning, the gym itself,
right.
and of course now we have Danny K Mobile, right, where
That's
we're
right.
going into your house, right? So I've got trainers that are going into your house, and premier trainers, not just fluff ones. So they're
Yep.
Danny K approved. So whether they have a certification or not, you have to be Danny K approved. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
certification is great, and they have it, but if you're not Danny K approved, that certification doesn't mean jack. So
that's right.
but just to know that we do go into the home, so you can get gift certificate of the Danny K Mobile. But and for more information, inbox me.
Right. But Danny,
But
hold that thought. For many of the listeners aren't from our areas, so let's
right.
also plug that you can get online
Oh,
like we're doing
the
right now.
the
Buy a gift
online.
certificate from you, and you can do your online training and meal prepping and all
Yeah,
stuff.
I,
Let's
I
plug
I've
that.
I've got online training, so like it- we've got you between me, John, we got you, because even when you join Danny K Gym and Wellness or Danny K Mobile or the Danny K online stuff, you get plugged into our Danny K live workouts where Tony does the
Yes.
Koga. So
Yep.
so you're getting everything from me and John,
Group
and
fitness. Yep.
the group fitness, the motivation, the experience. I mean, like, what we got, 62, 63 years between the two of us.
Yep.
You know, so but yeah, I mean, the gift of health. I mean, you cannot express how important that is, and you can do. I mean, shoot, like I said, we've got Koga here. You can get gift certificates for Koga. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, so I mean, whatever it is, and obviously there's been some times where men would come up to me and be like, hey, I want to get, a personal training certificate for my wife. And I'm like, did she ask for that? Because the last thing you want to do, especially for anniversary, Christmas is a little different, right? But like, men think that they're doing something great. I remember back a couple of years ago, this guy came up to me and he goes, "My wife has been wanting to train with you, so I think that's like one of the best anniversary gifts, right?" It was anniversary or birthday, and I'm like, "Dude, did she actually say, 'Hey, give that to me'?" He's like, "Well, she was hinting around to it." I'm like, "I'm telling you, if you give her a personal training gift certificate on her anniversary, she's going to think that you think she's fat." "No, she said how great it would be." I'm like, "Dude, I'm telling you." I'm telling you, from a woman, I'm telling you. And he got personal training gift certificate, and she was like, "What do you think, I'm fat?"
Excuse me. Well,
So, so that
that's
kind of blew
funny.
up in his face for the anniversary, but seriously, um eh, women and men, I mean, and I mean, kids, I mean, they all, it's a super awesome thing, and especially a lot of times if they're doing workouts at home, with YouTube or, Jane Fonda or whatever,
Right, right.
they need to step up their game. So step up their game and give them a gym membership. And like you said, join with them. And then, it's like it's a family thing, that kind of thing. And you're getting healthy together because at the end of the day, that's important too. And that's motivation, right?
Sure.
And if you don't give it to them for Christmas, what are you going to do Jan 1? You're all going to think, I should join a gym. And join a gym, but join a gym beforehand and get it as a gift. I mean, and you're telling someone that you want them around for a lot longer. You know what I
Yep,
mean? Because
that's
you
right.
want them to be healthy. And like you said, even supplements. I mean,
Stocking stuffers. What about these sizzle
stocking
products?
stuffers,
The
right?
collagen,
Especially,
the
yeah,
wrinkle
especially
creams.
if they already work out, like giving them those supplements. That's also another way of that gift of health. I mean, it is so important. And when you said the days are kind of sort of gone where you thought about that person and put some thought into that into those gifts and stuff, instead of going to the Amazon wish list. um just a side note, when someone, like Rachel, one of my clients, gave me the milk chocolate covered cherries with the liquid inside.
Yeah,
Just something simple like that. She
that's it.
thought, it was a thought of something that I like, and I like working out. So like if your people like, people in your family or whatever, or friends or whatever, if they like working out and they really want to work out, you're thinking through things instead of just like doing that wish list. Because not a lot of times when people like, oh, I don't know what I want, well, I'm just going to go on Amazon and just click some things and put that in my wish list. But it's so much more, when it's from your heart, you know what I mean, like that you thought about it, you know what I mean, like you put that person, their likes and their health and all that stuff in first place, like
Yeah.
it's so much better than just clicking something off of an Amazon wish list.
How about we make a wish list? I wish for tighter ass. I wish for nicer arms. I wish for abs. How about we make a Danny K and Jon Koga wish list for everybody, and then
There
we
you
we help
go.
them. We help them obtain that, get that wish list. Because
Yeah.
in all honesty, Danny, like we have to understand that, like, we're talking, like I was saying, personal training and working out, but there's so many other gifts that you can get that are health and wellness related. I had mentioned, a massager, supplementations, where if obviously, consult your doctor. I get all that bullshit. I get it. Somebody has, wants to buy this wrinkle cream. They saw this wrinkle cream that they're getting off of the TV, off of an infomercial. No, reach out to Danny and myself. We have the best wrinkle cream you could put on your cosmetics, makeup. These are all stocking stuffers
Right.
that,
Right.
this is stuff that is science based. It's healthy, guys. So, like, you don't have to just give the gift of, going to do 5 sets with Danny and John, or taking Tony's class. We want you to do that because we can actually, Danny has packages right now that includes everything we just mentioned in one shot: online
Yep.
training, personal training, in-home training, and supplementations and meal prep. All right. So, that's that. You talk about a gift for somebody, you drop that on them, that they got all the above that I just mentioned.
Right.
Come on. Come on.
A one
Come
stop
on.
shop.
You know what I'm saying? So it's so important. We like to say, I like to say Merry Fitness and a Happy New Rear. You know what I'm saying, Danny?
Yeah, I
So
love
it's
that. I
like,
love that. Oh, John, also you mentioned something, even like motivational books, you know what I mean?
yes,
Audio books, like
yes,
motivation,
yes.
just self-help books, like that's still the gift of health because
That's right.
you need it's all a mindset, right?
Yeah.
So if you got your mindset, everything else is right.
And Danny, you know what? Some people, let's take the smoking for it. Let's say somebody's been smoking their whole life, and they've tried this, they've done that, they're embarrassed to click on this, or embarrassed to say that they want to do it. And every day that they put that stick in their mouth, it's doing more and more damage. So it's a loved one, it's a family member. You're tired of seeing this, and you want to help them out.
Right.
Get something, that a gift, something that can help aid and assist them, that's telling them that you love them. That's telling them that you care. It's not telling them I can't stand you and smoke around my kids. Yeah, we know you can't stand they smoke around. But give something that's gonna make somebody say, I'm acknowledging that you're going through this, because many people, we get ashamed, we get afraid to say I'm freaking fat. You know what I'm saying? So in so many words, by saying, hey, listen, honey, let's go join a gym. Let's go join. I'm gonna get us a Planet Fitness thing, for a year. I think it's a great gift. We'll do it together. Like Danny said, partner up with somebody. But there's so many gifts out there. I keep going back to massages because I have every single massager known to man, from compression sleeves for my leg to head to helmets that you put on your head. And I love these gifts are for not even to a little simple, Danny, a little handball massage that you
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
just stuff like that. You're gonna use it. Trust me, you're gonna use
Or
it.
aromatherapy stuff. I mean, that's still
A
the gift
phone
of
roll.
health,
Yes, yes,
you
yes.
know?
Oh, yes. I've been actually. It's funny you said that. I've been doing the eucalyptus 3 or 4 times a day
I
because
love
once
eucalyptus.
I thought I was losing my sense of smell. That's when I started COVID testing like a lunatic, which I got
Right.
testing anxiety, and that's probably why my freaking blood pressure went up.
Yeah.
I started doing the aromatherapy in the shower and in the hot shower. It's good. It's cleansing. It's soothing.
Yeah.
Make people feel good. I don't care what the gift is. Make people, as long as it's a healthy approach. Make them feel good. I'm not saying go give them a bottle of 151 Jacks and say whatever it is and bang it down, or buy them fucking stocking stuff or gummy bear. Yeah, I'm dropping f bombs today, guys. I apologize. My head isn't right, but my heart is. So check it out. You got a couple of days still. All right, to get things done. Hanukkah, I know you guys are going. You're doing your Hanukkah gifts already right now. So really look into giving the gift of health, wellness, fitness, a massage. Oh, Danny, your acupuncture, tell them about I mean, that's a great gift to give
Yeah.
somebody, right?
Yeah, Luke. I mean, Luke, right across the street, like acupuncture here, Westminster, like local, like, Carroll County area. He is absolutely amazing. That's a great gift. He
a,
does the gift certificates.
a massage, give
There's
somebody
so many massages. Exactly. I mean,
Mhm.
Susan Trump, is my massage therapist. There's so many ways that you can give the gift of health and not make your loved one, feel like you
Yeah,
are
you
trying to
offended.
change their physicality. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah, for sure, absolutely. And I'm telling you guys, put yourself on their end, on their side. Understand what they're going through, because we don't walk in somebody else's shoes, so we don't know exactly what they're going through 100% of the time. But you got to understand one thing: everybody, for the most part, wants to be healthy. They want to lose a
yeah,
few pounds. We want to get our blood. We want to get off the diabetes medication. I mean, it's like we just take that approach on your gift buying, and,
right.
and it doesn't have to just be for Christmas, even though we are at the holiday season, Christmas and Hanukkah. Which, before I go any further, I got to make a shout out and thank you to all my members, my Koga members, my clients that went just above and beyond in their generosity this year, and more importantly, their heartfelt words that they wrote in the cards that they gave me.
Yeah.
I appreciate, obviously, all the gifts and all that good stuff, but it was the words that really moved me and really tugged at my heartstrings, Danny. When you get those cards from your clients and
Yep.
your members saying how you changed their lives, or even the posts on social media. So I can't mention all of you guys, it's hundreds of you guys. But I know you listen. I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, the Unique Fitness family, the Koga Fitness family, and all you people around the country that are involved with Koga, including, obviously, one of the most important places down there in Danny K's gym, Danny. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you got some,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um,
It's definitely, like you said, the gifts are great, but like the words, mean so much more. The appreciation, that I mean, and you and I both. It's like when we're helping someone get their mind right, get their body right, get their heart right. They're around to live another day. To see their kids grow up and graduate and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that I would be doing differently on this earth than doing what I'm doing.
yep,
You know what I mean?
yep,
I love what I do. And day in and day out, not just for, holiday, you know what I mean? Like, but day in and day out, we're constantly giving the gift of health. You and me are
yep.
constantly giving the gift of health. Um, and just we're therapists, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we're motivationalists, we're
Yep.
we're everything, you know what I mean? Like we're a lot to different
Yeah.
people, and sometimes we don't even know exactly what we mean to those people, but to that effect, those people don't know exactly what they are to us, you know what I mean? Like it's
So
I'm
true.
every single morning and every single night I give, thanks to every single member, every single client from every single gym that I've ever worked at. Because without them, from my first client 31 years ago to now, like without them, I wouldn't be who I am. You know what I mean? I
Right.
wouldn't have what I have. I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, so I am like forever grateful for all of my members, all of my clients from day one.
Yeah, and Danny, coming from an Italian family, as soon as you walked in my house, somebody hugged you. You know what I'm saying? They gave a hug.
Right.
We're just huggers, and I understand this. In when you're dealing with the public, that not everybody is a hugger. Okay, people are standoffish. I totally respect that. My clients will tell you that. I appreciate them so much, and now that I'm sick, obviously I haven't been, but they feel a little lost without it. But after every training session with every one of my clients, I give them a little hug and I thank them and I tell them how much every single time, every training, ask any one of my clients. And I had one client in particular that I noticed was, and I'm not going to mention her name, although it's good, it's a good and happy close to the story. I went to hug her was one, and especially on the first time you train somebody, we don't really, you know what I'm saying, Dave? Like that's always like, John, you probably shouldn't hug them, but you're showing your love. And I don't bear hug them. I just give the old Goomba hug and pat on the
Right.
back. And that eventually with each client ends up to be a warm embrace by the second session. But anyway, I had one client who I saw was a little standoffish, and I apologized. I said to so and so, I apologize if I no, John. She goes, no, John, I just didn't come from a family like that, and it's something I'm dealing with. I go, oh, okay. I promise it'll never happen again. And you know what she said to me? No, no, please make it happen again. And I was
Right.
like, so I knew I was like helping her. So now after our work, and our clients are killing it, Danny. You know that
Yeah.
they do everything we ask and then some. And then now it's to the point now where it makes me so happy to know that now she wants to hug me in the beginning of the workout and hug me at the end of the workout. And
Right.
she's showing how grateful it is. And she says that it's actually helping her, one, get off her meds, and two, showing her that even though whatever her situation was, I didn't get, it might have been a relationship, it might have been abuse, it
Right.
could have been anything, and I didn't want to infringe on her therapy, or in her recovery path. And I'm happy to say now that she is my tightest freaking hugger that we have out of all my clients. And those are the things that make you and me very, very happy. Yes, the gift certificates, the cash, we love that. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But more importantly is when you see the accomplishment and the sense of love that you have with our clients and our members, it's and that we're able to do things that we love to do every day. Wake up knowing that we're going to a job that we absolutely love.
Right.
We have our days,
Right.
but we love it. And I tell each and every one of them that we cannot. When they say, John, I love you, thank you, son. I go, no, no, no. I have to thank you because you
Yeah.
allow me to do what I love to do over
Right.
the last
Right.
30 years. Right,
Yeah.
Danny?
I mean, every single person that walks out of my gym and everybody, even the people that are watching on Facebook, on Instagram, like if you're a member at my gym, whether I'm training you or not, I always thank you as you're walking out. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like I know everybody's name, so when they walk through the door, hey Mary, hey John,
Yep.
hey Betty, whatever, and when they leave, it's they thank me, but I'm like, no, thank you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right.
I'm blessed, you know what I mean? Like you of all the gyms, there's like 17, 18 fitness centers in Carroll County. And by the way, in 2022, Danny K Gym Wellness won best Carroll County gym, whatever.
Of course
Um,
you did. Of course
drop
you
it.
did.
But finally it took 10 damn years, but hey. Um
That a girl.
um but
Congratulations. Nice.
I mean, like of all the fitness centers, you could have chose any gym, any fitness center, any CrossFit box, like whatever,
Yep.
any franchise. Like how many franchises are in this area?
Right.
And they chose mine, because of course, they see all the people acknowledge, no, refer me, recommend me. And I'm so grateful for that. I mean, I look at like the community pages, and it's like, somebody's looking for a gym or a trainer, and it's like Danny K Gym Wellness, Danny Knight, Danny K, and it's like boom, and I'm in
Awesome.
there, like, thank you,
Yep.
thank you, and then they're dropping some info in there. DM me, and if you're interested, whatever. There's not ever any like pressure to join or not join, to buy training or not training. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I have the best, and I know that I have everything between me and Ryan and Tony and Anna. I know that I have the best, that will get you where you need to be. So it's
Right.
just a matter of you choosing it. I don't have to hard press sell you on anything, because I know I've got the best.
That's right.
So it's all about then the budgeting, or like the closeness, or if you want to pool, you ain't gonna come here. So I can't convince you. If you want to pool, I can't convince you to come here, because that's not what your fitness level or your journey is about, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, so grateful for every single person that walks through this door, even if they walk through this door just to get information.
Of
I am
course.
grateful that they even thought about me. You know what I mean?
That's right. Amen
Honestly.
to that, man. And you know what, Danny? Before we get to the next topic, I want to just remind everybody right now. And guys, listen, we know people are on hard times right now. This is the number one suicide. December holidays, the number one suicide rate in throughout the years, throughout the holidays. And if you guys, there is anybody out there that is contemplating that or having those thoughts, by no means am I a clinical psychologist or psychologist, but you want to reach out to Danny and myself. First of all, reach out to first and foremost, to a mental health professional. But if you guys need to talk to Danny or myself about it, please do. It's sad to see. I mean, look at this guy, and I don't want to go down this path, but that one guy on Ellen's show, DJ Twitch, Dan, he was a dancer, and who knows what he was. You think he's living on top of the world. He's got his family, his wife. It's the holidays. You want to enjoy them with your kids. Next thing you know, you put a bullet to your head. I don't want to go down this topic, because that we can save for another day. But if somebody is thinking about that and contemplating that, please, guys, get help. Call the hotlines. Get help. You are somebody. You're worth something, and trust me, there's always a brighter day at the end of that dark tunnel. Trust me. All right. Um, Danny, tipping real fast. Guys, I know everybody's low on cash right now. With the holidays, we're spending a shitload of money, but make sure you guys tip your mail carriers. Make sure you guys, or give them a gift. Tip your sanitation workers. All right. The FedEx guy is tough, because my FedEx guy, Paul, shout out to Paul. This guy delivers 150,000 packages a year, and then on the Christmas holidays, they send a bunch of the young bucks, and he gets his shifts. I hook the other kids up, but I got something nice for our UPS carriers and FedEx carriers as well. My garbage guy, I told you I want to give the gift of health. So what I do is I just make the garbage bags a little heavier, so now he doesn't have to join a gym. So now he's like, yo, John, what are you doing with these bags, man? I'm like, yo, I'm putting cement in them. I know you guys don't have time for a gym, so I gotta bring the gym to you. I gotta give you guys heavier bags to toss. Anyway, remember remember all the people that are delivering stuff to your house and taking your garbage away, on a regular basis throughout the end. Anything, something is better than nothing, guys. Give $5. Give something is better than, and what's really important. And my sanitation guy said this last year. I not only did I put it in a little envelope, but I write something. Hey, thank you for tossing my cans. I said, or let them see that, a little one thing, thank you, with your name on it, signed it, as opposed to a generic envelope with $10. It goes a long way, guys.
Yeah.
Danny, what are your thoughts on tipping? I know
I,
you're
I mean, I've never even really thought about tipping the delivery people and the trash people. Like, I mean, honestly, I mean,
It's big
forgive
up
me.
here. I don't know if it's big down by you guys. It's
I mean,
big up
and
here.
it might be, but you know what? I mean, like my gym's UPS guy, he's a regular. The mail guy is a regular, but sometimes like the Amazon people, they're not regulars.
No,
So
that's
it's
why I
like,
said I got my regular guy during the season.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so but I never even really thought about that. I mean, and even if you can't afford like big gifts, like I always love scratch offs. Like whether I win
Yep,
or not, it's the
yep.
anticipation.
I agree.
So
Excellent point.
like
Excellent point. Dollar scratch off.
do
Excellent point.
dollar scratch offs, I mean,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
$5 scratch offs or something like that. I mean, gives them something, but but yeah, I mean, I never really even thought about like
Yeah,
you
Well,
know?
you know why I do it, Danny? Because in the summertime, like when you're doing yard work, or I got to throw something out that's just like, whatever. These guys, excuse me, are so good and they're busting. And I know they're getting paid. I get it. But just
Right.
a little, like, even in the summertime, offering them a bottle of cold water or Gatorade, something, it goes a long way. It speaks volumes to the
Yeah.
people that are,
I mean,
uh, uh,
it lets people know that they're appreciated. So,
that's it. And
I
case
mean,
in
yeah.
point. So, Danny, listen, we didn't wait for the next topic. We're not going to wait till January for this one. I think it's time right now. We're not calling it New Year's resolutions. We're not calling it that because you and I we don't like to use that term.
Right.
So, guys, which one what we want to discuss right now? And that was a great topic, by the way. I'm getting some good feedback from people enjoying all the topics, enjoying all the stuff, the discussion we had on the topic of giving the gift of health and fitness and wellness. All right, everybody can use it. So, Danny, going into 2023, it's crazy to even think that it's, I was asking somebody the other day, this is 3 years, which I'm not going to get into, but 3 years, I thought it was only like 2 years of COVID. We're going into our finishing the third year of it, which is crazy. But going into 2023, excuse me, guys, I know my sniff is annoying the hell out of you guys, but I apologize. It's annoying me. Going into 2023, we're a week out. So we will have a podcast next week, God willing, and we'll discuss this topic more in depth. But right now, I want you guys to go back to Danny's favorite term, mindset, and let's train the mind right now. Not to say New Year's resolutions. Let's call it. We're gonna set goals for 2023, Danny. Okay, we're gonna set goals for ourselves. We're gonna hold ourselves accountable, and we're gonna write down a weekly planner for the first month, the first week. Danny will get more in depth on how you guys can do things, set memos on your phones and all that good stuff. But let's set some goals that I think on this podcast we're going to visit every month, February, January, February month, and we're going to bring up this topic for the next 12 months going into January and we're going to make it a specific topic so we can check in to see if you guys are obtaining your goals, and if not, why not? What has stopped you? So set your, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new relationship, whether it's getting fit, whether it's, being kinder, which we hope everybody does, whether it's not being, maybe being more assertive, not being a pushover, not being able to say no to anybody. Let's set some goals that we're going to check in on once a month on this podcast to make sure. And if you guys aren't able, or you just threw in the towel, you're going to drop in those comments and we're going to figure out why, Danny. So let's talk about some important goal setting for 2023. Give us some tips and pointers, Danny.
Geez, like tips and pointers. I mean, one, you have to figure out what you want.
Excuse me.
Oh, the other day I said, when you lose your why, you lose your way.
Wow.
And I was like,
Awesome.
"What?" Like, I'm like, "Oh, I gotta write that down." So me and my client Rachel were talking, and she's like, "Oh my god," and I'm just like, "Wait a minute, that was awesome." So, like, dudes, like when you lose your why, you
I,
lose your way.
I
So
love that.
setting the goals helps you keep your why. Like you can take pictures, you can have screenshots, put it on your phone. A couple of my clients put their meal plan, on their screensaver, so when they unlock their phone, when they like tap it or whatever, boom, there's the
Alert.
meal plan,
Yeah, yeah,
or whatever, like on the refrigerator, put the swimsuit or the dress or the tuxedo, like whatever it is that you want to fit into. Whatever your why is, make everything, and that's you setting goals. Like, make a vision board. You can do vision boards, of your goals, and as you complete those goals, small goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and as you complete them, put a check on it, and so that you actually see that you've accomplished it, and that's, like you said, with anything. It's not just necessarily weight loss goals or
right.
whatever, but drinking more water, eating more protein, making sure that you're getting all your supplementation in, making sure that you neti pot twice a day. You know what I mean? Not just when
Excuse
you're
me.
sick. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Make sure you take your zinc and your D3 and your C and quercetin, and like trying to setting goals of staying healthy, like count down the days that you're not sick, whatever. But it's just so important to set goals, like set big goals, set baby goals, because a lot of times people set those big goals, like I have 60 pounds to lose, but then they don't set baby step goals so that they don't know how to get to that 60-pound loss. You know what
True.
I mean? Like, so,
Yeah, true.
so what do you need to do to get to that 60-pound loss? What do you need to do to get that new house, that new car, that new job? Um, and my thing is, and when you're going through things, it's like, people tend to, be afraid, like the gym's intimidating, or, I'm scared to ask, that person out. I'm scared to ask for that raise. I'm scared to ask, for whatever it is. You know what I mean? I'm scared to go for that new car. I'm scared to get that house. I'm living comfortably, paying rent. Well, but the rent is what your mortgage is. And nine
Right.
times out of 10, you can get a lower mortgage than what you're paying in rent.
Right. Right.
So, like, set some goals. Like, don't be afraid. And if you are afraid of something, I always have said this, and I will always say this. um Let your fear guide you, not hide you. So if you're afraid of
Woo, that's
something,
two. Nice.
what? I love
That's
that.
two.
I constantly say that. Let your fear guide you,
Did you not?
not
Yes.
hide you,
Yep.
right? Because when you're afraid to ask for that raise, and but it popped in your head. So if you're like, you know what, I really should ask for a raise. Nah, God, what if he turns me down? But what if he says, or she says yes? You know,
Right.
but you don't know until you do it, right? Scared to ask that girl out. Ask her out. What's she gonna do? Say no? You already don't have the date with her, right?
That's
Or
right.
him, you know. So I mean, check and see. Like, you're wanting a house instead of paying rent. But I probably don't make enough to get a loan. Blah blah blah. What's it hurting going in and finding out? At least if you find out, and you be like, yeah, well, I don't make enough. Well, but what did you learn from that? Did you learn what you need to do?
Exactly.
Is certain things, maybe
Exactly.
maybe you don't have enough credit, because obviously, let's just say if you're paying $1,600 in rent and your mortgage would only be 1,200 or 1,000, you obviously can afford it, right? So do you have to, make the paperwork different, for your taxes or whatever, especially like if you own a business, you have to do some certain things
Right.
or whatever. If is it lack of credit? You know what I mean? When I first bought my first house, I didn't have credit. I paid everything off in cash. Well, I had a debt, and I was in the hole big time from having my dance studio. Well, I, sought out debt creditors or whatever. They combined everything. I paid off everything in like 5 or 6 years or whatever. And I was like, you know what? No credit cards whatsoever. I had my debit card. If it wasn't in my bank account, and if I didn't have cash, I wasn't getting it. Well, then when I go to buy my house, they're like, bad credit's better than no credit. And I'm like,
Right.
shit. You know what I mean? Like, so then I had to go through some steps, to get to that point to show credit. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't know what you need to do if you don't even ask. So asking for whatever it is, setting a goal to ask for whatever it is, or setting a goal to get whatever it is, you have to ask, or you have to figure out what it is you need to do. So yeah, so you get turned down. Well, figure out why you got turned down. Did you get turned down because you don't have credit? Well, then get a credit card, get a small credit card, $200 on a credit card. You know what I mean? Like, build
Right.
up your credit that way, and make those steps. So, but I always constantly, a lot of times people say, well, what if I get turned down, or what if I don't get that raise, or what if I can't get that car, or, well, but what if you do? Or what if you learn how to get that car, or how to, what if you do ask that girl or that guy out, and they say no, but maybe they're not saying no as a rejection. Maybe they're saying, well, it's the holidays, or, I need to get something, squared away, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're just kind of putting you off a little bit. Maybe it's just a put off. Maybe they have to figure it out. But the whole thing is, if you don't ask,
You
you
don't get
still,
it.
you don't have it anyway. So you know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
so if you don't ask, you're 100% no. If you do ask, you got a 50% chance of yes
That's right. Well
with
said.
anything that you do in life.
That's so true. And guys, see how this is all applicable, not just to fitness goals. Like Danny just gave a great example of couple of examples of goal setting, but every good goal that we set has to have a game plan as well. So make sure you don't fall short on your planning of that goal. And I also want you guys to know, it's very important, because I researched this topic, that make sure you reward yourself when you get to certain goals that you've obtained. Celebrate it. It's a time to embrace and celebrate. And it might just be the first 5 pounds. It might be, you're gonna take on a new business endeavor. I'm gonna give a little sizzle plug right now, because a lot of you guys that have jobs right now that are really trying to find a career change, I really want to encourage you guys to get involved with our health and wellness network. For one, we know it works. It's a business model that works, and the more you put in, the more you're going to make. It's not a pyramid scheme, so get rid of the pyramid scheme, fucking MLM stigmatisms. And we have a great opportunity for you guys right now. If you're listening to this anywhere, any country, tell me, we're in 50 something countries, that we have a zero. I don't want to say initiation fee, enrollment fee, but it's zero. Costs you nothing to get involved right now with our network. You would have to check out some products, buy some products that you're already buying already. All right, protein shakes, energy drinks, cosmetics, coffee. We have a zero down. We can get you guys signed up. Last week I signed up a couple of people. Shout out to Pam Sozio, one of my clients, one of our members. She finally got involved. Not finally, but because I never really pushed it on her. She was showing me a list. She sent me a screenshot of about $350 a month she was spending from a former trainer, had her on different supplements and stuff that she was going. And nothing again, I love her former trainer, big time. I know her very well. But the poor girl, Pam, was getting things from 20 different other places, GNC, online, the pharmacy. And I'm like, I went over, reviewed everything, and we were able to chop that down into half the price, and she's now a Sizzle distributor. So if you guys want to really, set a goal for taking on a new business adventure, talk to Danny and myself. Let's get you guys involved with our KFit Talk, or KFit 30, or Danny K. Jon Koga Network, where we can teach you guys how to make some serious money, and also get some product, and keep yourself healthy, wealthy, and happy. But when we do this, I'm gonna come bring it back around. We had to set a goal. We had to say, okay, you got to say, you know what, the first year, realistically, within the first year, I want to make my products for free every month, and I want to make a couple of $1,000s. Okay. Danny, John, teach me how to do that. We will. Maybe it's to lose weight. I'm just trying to give you guys different angles of
Right.
goal setting and different types of goal setting. But one for sure is making money even while you have your main job. We're not saying quit your main job. Tie it into this. You want to get involved in health and wellness and fitness, be well rounded in it. Don't just be a one trick pony. I can teach you how to do a bicep curl. No. Learn other avenues to bring in the revenue stream. And even if you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a can collector, you're a garbage man, a sanitation guy, and you want a little side hustle, do it. Why the heck not? The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to create better health for yourself by the products that you're going to be taking. All right. So
Right.
reach out to Danny and myself. Right now, we have a zero initiate enrollment fee, distributor's fee, and we can get you started right away to set some goals for 2023 for you to make
Yeah.
sure you can be healthier and wealthier. Danny, right or wrong?
And um, laundry detergent,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
fruit cleaner,
Soaps,
like soaps, shampoo,
shaving
shaving
cream,
gel.
which I haven't
I
used.
mean, y'all use these products, and y'all making everybody else rich. Why don't you make yourself rich?
Yep. There you
What?
go. End of
What?
story, man. End of story. You're right. So Danny, listen. All right. So we got, like I said, we got some. It should be such happy and joyous times. I know you think about your mom every day. I think about mine as well around the holidays and stuff, and even more so. And um, if you're alone, for the holidays, and you need somebody to talk to, reach out to us. We don't care if we got to FaceTime with you if you're in Guam. It doesn't matter. We want everybody to be happy all the time, but around the holidays, if you're a little down, you're a little bit of a funk. We have such a great group of people support. Let's get you on a live. Let's have some fun. Let's go back. We're gonna start doing our KFit 31-month mission again in January, which because I've been sick the last 2 weeks, I've been kind of dragging my feet with Danny wanting to get this thing launched. But I promise you
Right.
guys, by next Tuesday, we'll have some registration links up for you
Okay.
guys to get started.
Okay.
All right, I'm giving you my word. I don't
So
care how
some
sick I am. What, Danny?
something else that I am doing. So for the first time in 13 years since my mom passed, um, I'm putting Christmas decorations up outside.
Yes. Yeah, you gave me the chills, Danny.
Yeah. So
I know the
whew,
tree is always up,
it's
right? The tree has been up, right?
the tree's been up since 2010. My mom has been the angel at the top. Um,
Oh, you made my day, Danny.
ah,
I got you. Got to. Oh, I'm getting
but
chills.
people don't. You're wondering like why. Why am I getting so emotional? But Christmas has
Wow.
sucked, and I continue to
Uh,
to think that Christmas sucks, and the only way that and like I tell you guys, I put it out there all the friggin' time, to manifest something, you have to do it. You have to, fake it till you make it, whatever. So I'm finally, after 13 years, finally, I put my
wow.
first strand of,
Wow.
like, lights up on my 3 bushes that I have in the front. I bought and it just came in today, so my guy Greg is gonna meet me this evening, like, around 4:15, whatever, before it gets dark, because I hate fucking so I bought this, blow up Grinch,
Oh man, I can't wait to see the
and,
pictures of all
and
this.
and I've got, like, these lights that, like, they're stake lights or whatever, like, for the yard. Like, I was driving down the road and I saw, that one of my, like, sort of neighbors, on my drive to the gym, they have their driveway lined with these. I'm like, "You know what? I love that." So let me look on Amazon, and I got that. I don't know if I got enough, but you know what? It's a start, right?
Yep,
So I got myself started. So, and then I
I
got
love
that.
it.
I've always disliked those projector light things that
On the
pop up on your
house,
house.
yeah,
But I saw, like, again, with the people that have their driveway lined with those lights, they have that, and I was like, "You know what?" So I got that little projector thing, I got those little stake lights, I got my Grinch,
I love
I
it.
got a timer that I'm gonna plug everything in, it's gonna set, um, so, I'm
Awesome.
kind of excited, so it's actually giving me something to look forward to,
This is awesome,
so,
awesome, awesome.
13 years, it took me 13 years to actually want to do something like this, instead of waiting until something else happens.
Yep.
Maybe manifesting,
So, yep,
manifesting it by doing this. You know what I
I
mean?
love
Like,
it. It will.
so
I'm
it
100%.
took
And
13 years for me to get off my ass and put up some lights outside, decorations outside. But
well,
and I
I
know it's only less than a week, but you know what?
cares. Who
I
cares?
got it.
I
Yeah.
think your mom. I know. I don't think. I know your mom is looking down and she gonna be smiling from ear to ear, Danny, seeing you because this is a big. This is a milestone for you to get
This
over.
this
You
whew,
know,
this
this
is
is a
huge.
milestone,
Yeah.
man. And I think you just nailed it. I think this is gonna manifest other things in your life that you've been waiting for. I'm sure of it, man. I'm
Yeah.
sure of it.
And that's the thing, guys, dudes. Where the hell did that word come from? I said it twice this. I don't even say that word, bro. Um. So
Bro.
that's the key. Like, manifesting, you have to. It don't wait. You can't wait for said thing to happen before you actually have. Before you actually make it happen.
Yeah.
So you have to, in order to manifest something, you have to put it out. You put it out, it comes back to you. Um, and season 8, right? So 8 is like infinity sign, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so this is all gonna tie in like perfectly. So season 8 is our KFit talk. It's season 8. Um, the 8 is like an infinity. So in an infinity sign, what goes around comes around, right? What goes around comes around.
I
And
love
that's
it.
what the 8 is, right?
Love it.
So whatever you put out is what you get back. So if I kept putting out, I don't like Christmas. I'm not celebrating Christmas too much. Like, Christmas is a sad time for me. Um, because I don't have my mom. Well, I'm not going to get my mom back. So when in the hell am I going to get off my ass and
Wow.
manifest this and put something out? If I want Christmas to be happy for me again, I have to actually do it. I have to put it out there so it comes back to me. So,
This was the best part of this podcast today, Danny. This by far, forget goal setting and freaking and gadgets for fitness. This is going to resonate amongst the listeners because somebody needed to hear exactly what you're doing and going through right now. Trust me on that.
yeah, trust
I
me,
love it.
Christmas, from September to the end of the year is always the most horrible time for me, like, mentally, emotionally, because my mom and I's birthday is September. Halloween, we used to do some, fun stuff for Halloween, give out candy, whatever. Um,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, even like New Year's, my mom and I, before she was sick, my mom and I would always, like, even when it was a tradition since I was like freaking 10, we'd go outside and race around the house. Like, she'd go one way, I'd go the other way, at midnight.
That's awesome, man.
So and I've not done any of that stuff. And I've not done
Wow.
Christmas decorations whatsoever, you know what I mean? Like, and
Danny,
I go to my
you
cousin's house for Christmas, but I barely even want to do that, but
Danny, you
I
gotta this New Year's Eve, Danny, you gotta commit that you're gonna go do that. You're gonna go run around your house once. You gotta. You have to do it, Danny. Oh, think
watch
about
me
it.
fall and break my ankle.
No, don't break, but you gotta do it. I think something amazing is gonna happen because I think you have to do that if you're
Yeah,
up for it. Wow, that's awesome, man.
yeah.
That is friggin' awesome, man. And somebody needed to hear this right now, and we hope it resonates and it hits home. But guys, remember, man, we love you guys. We're grateful and thankful for each and every one of you guys, our clients, our members, our family, and our friends. All right, and little Justice there. Hope Justice. How's Justice doing?
She's good.
All right,
She
good.
she got a little haircut, so she got to keep wearing her Batman sweater. She sits there and she's like
Freezing.
shivering. She's fine when we're in the bedroom with the fireplace going. When we go out into the kitchen or whatever, she's freezing. She's like, "Ugh." I'm like, I know, honey, you're cold. I know, I know, I know. You know.
Well, but she's looking up. She's feeling okay though. You think, Danny?
Yeah, I got her. And again, I don't know if cancer's anywhere in her body. Like, they think that they got it out of that tumor and stuff like that. I don't want to know, because I
Right,
want to, whatever you put out is what you get back, right? So if I put out, anxiety about her, if she has cancer anywhere else, if I put that out, it's going to come back to me, and I don't want that, and I don't want to put her in any disposition. So,
right,
I'm treating her as if holistically, y'all. So black seed oil twice a day to her, that is proven to cure any cancers, the cancers in dogs. And I
wow,
mean, people like black seed oil, like, look it up, y'all. Black seed oil is like I don't want to say cure all, but like it holistically can help a shit ton of things. And then of
oh,
course, acupuncture herbs, well,
yeah,
she did acupuncture the other day. Um, but Luke has given her acupuncture, herbs for like the kidney dysfunction, and if any like dysfunctions or whatever disruptions, um, that with cancer or whatever, like, so, and all of this stuff does not hurt her, right? So it's holistic. So if it's there, it helps. If it's not there, it's okay still, because it's not a synthetic pill
right,
from some anyway,
yeah,
sorry about
exactly. All
that.
right,
Yeah,
good. Well, I'm
I'm
glad.
helping her holistically.
All right, good. As we all should do for each and every one of ourselves. And we have something for you guys. So listen, guys, listen, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your subscription. So make sure you guys subscribe. All right. Click that,
Smash.
smash that subscribe button, as they like to say, as the millennials like to say. And we got some exciting stuff coming up in 2023. We still have one more podcast though. Next Tuesday, we'll be coming into New Year's week. And but enjoy this week, guys. Enjoy the holiday. Danny just said it like it is. Danny's been by herself. She misses her moms and her mom, and and it brought her down for 13 years. But you know what? She had a nice, I don't want to say a spiritual awakening. It was her time. The time was right now for her to say, I gotta put this behind me and I have to go forward, and good things are going to happen, and they will. Not that the good things weren't happening to her prior to this, but it's time when
Right.
you can look in the mirror and say, I'm ready to do
Yeah.
this. And you might not be ready, guys, but you got to understand something. You got to at least come to terms with it, that you recognize it and you want
Right.
to make the change. All right. You want to make that change. And we're here to tell you, if it's fitness related, health and wellness related, we want to help you guys make that change. We want to help you guys become a better version of yourself. All right. And we want to put a smile on your face through these tough holiday times, but they should be joyous holiday times. So once again, I want to thank all my members, all of our subscribers, all of our listeners, and worldwide, my clients. You guys are the best. I can't wait to do our holiday party after the holidays over at the cafe which we will do. If we can get Danny up here, that'd be even better. For those of you guys listening from all over the world, once again, thank you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa. I don't know if I missed any other ones, but whatever one I missed, be happy, be merry, enjoy these joyous times with your families. Think of your loved ones that aren't here anymore, as I'll be doing myself, and put a smile on your face. You know, they want you to be happy, man. We want you to be happy. Jon Koga, one Koga love. I'm out. Peace. I'm gonna go do some neti pots a couple of times, and I'm gonna try to kick this little nasal congestion that I have. Love you guys. Take care. Danny, close it out, baby.
So, John, I like to beg to differ that I have the best clients around.
And you do.
Just saying. Just saying.
And that's
So
the right answer.
we need to have a Jon Koga Dani K client battle.
We do.
No, I'm just kidding.
Do. We'll put that together.
But also, like, to kind of wrap up the other things, you said, like, it was time. Only you know when it's time, and there's a lot of times people like, oh well, maybe you should put up those lights, or maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that, and it's fine for people to tell you that, but it's not ever going to happen until you feel it's ready, and you're not even going to know when it's ready. I didn't know that I was ready. Like, it just said, you know what, let's look on there and get some lights up.
Wow.
It hit me, you know what I mean? Like, so only you know when it's time, and a lot of times, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean that good things aren't happening, but the things that I'm, praying for, or that you're praying for, if you don't step out of that box, and like, think maybe, like, because sometimes I still find myself sitting in that, where I'm like, well, when this happens, I'll do that, and I'm like, nah, like, that's something that hit me, that I pretty much do throw out things, like, I'm like, okay, you got to put it out there to get it back. But I've been sitting in this. Knowing that I should put it out to get it back, and I've been sitting in it. Why? Am I afraid of it? Am I not? Like, what's going on? But maybe, just maybe, every one or two things that I've been praying for might just actually happen. Maybe I've been blocking it. Maybe it's something to think about, guys. Maybe you're blocking things if you don't ask for that raise, or if you don't go do this, or go do that, or put those Christmas lights up. Maybe you're blocking your shit. You know what I mean? So I have to try this and see if I can unblock my shit. And I think maybe I might. I don't know.
Danny, let your fear what?
Let your fear guide you, not hide you.
That's right, baby. I love it.
And maybe we need to get some music. Let's get some music. Hold on. Let me get some canned heat. Let me get some canned heat, because it's cold out here.
All right, guys. Guys, that was a lot of fun today. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, John, for still trying to make this thing the best we can.
Woo!
All right, guys. You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Merry Christmas, everybody.